Hello Minecraft players, this is JJCCubes42 and here I am to show you part 2 of my tutorial on Etho boat dispenser, the Redstone circuitry. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you in this video is how to wire up the first 3 cells so that the door only opens if the cell in front of it is empty. And of course, the first door we want to open only when we press the dispense button. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is first you have to have room dug out underneath, and you first need to establish the blocks that are directly below where your door is and where your pressure plate is. And I already have all that mapped out down here. This is underneath the door, and this is underneath the pressure plate. If you don't know how vertical circuitry works, pressure plates can send a signal down the block, obviously, because otherwise it would be kind of useless, and torches send a signal upward when placed on top of a block like this. Okay, so first let's get our dispense button wired up. All we're going to do is connect this button that I have placed here up to that door. So we're going to use a little bit of vertical circuitry. This button will send a signal down to that. Then we're going to put a torch on the end of this block. And then the signal will continue, get sent down to here. And we're just going to connect it to the door. And as you can see, now we have a working dispenser button. Now all you're gonna do is take this wire and extend it all the way from underground where your storage room is to the top of your structure where you want to have the button. Okay, now we're gonna have to connect the other cells. Now here's cell number 2's door and cell number 2's pressure plate. Now we want to make it so that this door will only open when this pressure plate is off. So we're going to have to combine these two in a way such that we can get that to happen. And there are sheep stepping on my pressure plates. Okay, so how we're going to do this is we're going to use what I like to call an interrupter gate. Now I'm going to start going backwards just because I know I'll do it wrong if I don't. Put an inverter here and connect it like that. Redstone here. 2 blocks here. This is going to be your gate. Then just make a regular double repeater gate. Connect this here. And connect this here. And with this inverter, the stupid sheep. The first 2 cells should be in working order. Let's go verify that. Okay, so if there's something here, we'll pretend that's a boat, then this door will not open. And that is so far accurate. We want it to open when there's nothing on this. So now there's no boat in there, hypothetically. That opens. Great. Okay, so now how do we wire this one up to the next one? Pretty much the same way, but you're going to add something different. And you're going to have to change the way you wire it up a little. Just because of space. Okay, now. This pressure plate is also going to connect to the one behind it, as well as connecting to itself. So, we're going to bring this wire over here. And what we need to add is, since this is one constant wire, we need to put a double repeater so the signal only flows one way. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Just do exactly what I'm doing. Then build your gate right here. Like that. So just one here and then one over. Connect it to your gate. Now you see, if I didn't have this double repeater here, this positive signal coming from this torch would flow all the way back to here and open this door. We don't want that to happen, so you have to put a double repeater. Okay, so now that you have that wired up, then you get this pressure plate over here, connect it just like we did the other one, and then the only thing I change after this is the spacing, because ideally we want the wire to connect like this. Excuse my lagging computer. We want it to connect like that, but we don't have that kind of space here, so we have to dig down a little. So dig down, put redstone there, a torch here. That makes sure the signal gets inverted, and then just connect, connect, connect. There. And that one's done. And now, just for reference, we will start over here on this one from as if the ground were already filled in, just so I can show you step by step how to do this. Okay. So here's your thing for the door. There's your pressure plate. Got this. And put your double repeater gate. Then your other double repeater gate here. Connect the pressure plate. Oh gosh, my computer is really making me angry right now. Once again, I apologize. Not sure what's going on, but whatever. Dig down a block. And dig down another block. Forgot to fill that in. Torch here. Redstone here. And go. Redstone, redstone, redstone. And now all the cells are wired up. That's that. So, quickly demonstrate. There's something there. This won't open. And I wired more cells than we actually have. So if there were another cell back here, it would also work. Now we're back at the actual structure. Oh god. What's going on here? Oh, right. Okay, see if we can actually get through this without my computer dying. I'm now going to teach you how to make the indicator lights and the override lever. First of all, the indicator light that tells you whether or not there's a boat available. Now this is really simple. All you have to do is take the pressure plate from the first cell and connect it to a torch and string it all the way up there. The only thing you have to do is split your output from the pressure plate into two using a double repeater gate. So here's your pressure plate from the first cell. Connect it to a double repeater and split the output into two like this. One that goes to the next cell as normal, and the other one that goes to the indicator light. And there's a sign describing that. Okay, so that just follows all the way up and connects to the indicator light. You might have to get crafty when you're wiring things up, because it's going to get tight. Oh gosh. You know what I forgot to explain? Alright. As long as I'm down here, I need to show you how to make the auto rerouting system. We need the junction door to change when the system is full, and how you do that is you connect cell 8 and cell 9, or your last two cells, whichever are the last two, connect them to an AND gate from the pressure plate. See, here's the pressure plate connecting the AND gate, and this is cell number 8's pressure plate. And they connect from this AND gate. All you do is take the output of the AND gate and connect this to your junction door, which I'll show you. It's for demonstrative purposes. So here's where my wire comes up, and then it connects to the junction control, which there's the door. Boom. So when those last two cells are full, the signal gets sent to here, switching the junction. Okay, that brings me to my next point, which is the override lever. The other thing that can change the junction is the override lever. Which is here. And you can see the light will change. The override lever, all you do is you put a lever and you make a wire that goes down and you connect it to the junction control. That's all you gotta do. And, okay, now both of those things that can change the junction also need to be considered when you're making the indicator light. Since they both control the junction, both of them need to be hooked up to the indicator light. How do you do that? You combine both wires into one using an OR gate. So just take the wire that you from the override lever and split it off and have it connect to an OR gate, and then take the wire that goes from the auto reroute gate, split that one off also and connect it to this, and then once you have these two combined into this one wire, send it to the indicator light. This will tell you whether or not the boats are being stored or shredded. Because that type of gate, whenever it receives an input from either of them, the output will change. Or if it's both. You can see that's working. On equals stored, off equals shredded. The override lever is for if you want to shred boats even when the system isn't full. Why you would want to do that, I'm not sure, but it's fancy and fun to do. So, also when the system is full, this light will go off because of the AND gate. Alright, I went over this, did that, we talked about that earlier, and I talked about the indicator light wire. Okay, the other thing I want to warn you about is anytime you have a door opening, this is one thing I forgot to explain to you when you're wiring up the cells, you need delay. At least one tick, at least like that much. Because if you don't put delay, then the door is going to open the very second that the boat touches the pressure plate, and it's going to move too fast and the boat's going to break. So you need to put a little bit of delay somewhere in the process between the time when you step on the pressure plate and the door opens. You can tell, see, it's not happening instantly. That prevents the boats from breaking. If I go down, I'll actually show you that. That's the last thing I want to talk about. Well, actually, I have one other thing to say, but I can wait. I have on each of these like 2 ticks of delay right there. That goes right before it hits the gate, and like I said, that just ensures that things don't happen too quickly and the boats don't break. One last thing I want to say is that don't think that you're just gonna like be able to connect everything really easily and it's all gonna work out with your spacing, because it's really not. You have to get really creative when you're packing everything into such tiny space. That's the most difficult thing about this project. Like, here's my wire that goes up for the indicator light. Here's the wire that comes down from the dispense button. So you need vertical circuitry. That's an absolute must to save a lot of space. Otherwise, you're going to be in some trouble when you start to connect the indicator lights and the more complicated things. It saves a lot of space. It's really convenient. And if you don't know how to do vertical circuitry, look it up. There's like 1,000 videos on it, probably. So when you wire things, I'll just show you what it should look like. It should look something like this. Things being very neat, going straight down. The shaft. See, there's the wire going up, wire going down. That makes things a bunch easier. So, I feel like I've covered everything pretty adequately. If there's something that I didn't, just let me know. I'll make a little follow-up video. Yeah, I hope this was really helpful for you guys. I know I was waiting on putting this video out there because I thought that water elevators were broken forever. I have since learned that there's actually a new way to make them, which I'm not aware of yet, but so yeah, you still can do it, so I decided to finish making the tutorial. And the one thing that I don't think I was very clear about is the inputs for this AND gate are just your last 2 cells pressure plates. Just split it off into a different wire, connect it to the AND gate. Like, here's the other. Damn it. Here's the other one. It splits off here, goes down, and up to the AND gate. So that is everything. Once again, thank you guys for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe. Yep.